franchise here on Madden 22 using that PS5, of course. That's how we rock it around here. And we got a pretty significant game, even though the records may not be very good whatsoever. We are taking on the LA Rams. And if you guys remember, Jared Goff was traded from the Rams, in exchange for Matt Stafford. And for the first time, both quarterbacks are going to be facing their former teams since they got traded. So that will be certainly really interesting to see how that goes about. But the Rams aren't very good this year, man. They're 1-5. They have certainly been a disappointment, but a few things we gotta take care of before we go ahead and get into this game action. First and foremost, gotta set the weekly strategy, and you see on screen, we have to take care of Aaron Donald, at least on the defensive side of the ball, at least for their defense. Now for our offense, it looks like Matt Stafford, they have it rated as an 83. They got him, gonna go ahead and try to go with the short pass. I think that's, we'll be okay with, simply because, they are, a little bit on that higher end. I'm not worried about him scrambling or anything like that. Although I feel more inclined to go ahead and go with the medium pass instead. He seems a little bit more dangerous from there. As for our game plan on the offensive side of the ball, they got some guys. Jalen Ramsey's a 99, and they also have Aaron Donald, who's also a 99 overall. They want us to try to run it inside. Now, I don't know about you, but Aaron Donald is a defensive lineman, right? That doesn't seem to make too much sense for me whatsoever. So, what we're not going to do, we are not going to go ahead and do that. We might try and go ahead and throw medium. Seems like throwing it medium, that is their weakest link. So that is, something I want to go ahead and take care of. Now, another thing that I'm going to go ahead and change up as well, because I am starting to notice some fatigue issues, on our team, is I'm going to switch it from full pads that we originally had. I'm going to switch it now over to half pads. So hopefully that ends up working for us. We'll see how that does. Hopefully that doesn't kill us from like a training perspective or anything like that. So the fatigue isn't too bad, a couple of guys, with like +2 fatigue or whatever. That's fine. I'm not like too terribly worried about that. It looks like the offensive side of the ball seems okay too. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be all right, all good to go. Now, another thing that that they want us to go ahead and bring up as well is the free agent fit. GM's coming down to the coach's office. Let us know that, have some suggestions to improve the roster. If I'm not mistaken, I think, let's go ahead and see the offensive side of the ball. Let's go ahead, see what they want to do with the offensive side of football. Kind of receivers that we're looking at. Looks like Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know if I want to sign any of these cats, but we'll go ahead and at least take Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know if I'm actually going to bring him in, though. It doesn't make sense for us to bring in Fitzgerald simply because we're not in like a playoff hunt or anything. So I'm just going to not sign him, but that is someone that I want to keep an eye on if we do end up, playing a little bit better and suddenly find ourselves in the playoff hunt. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get this game underway between us and the LA Rams. Two teams that are fighting just to stay relevant, making sure that the season isn't a waste. Let's go ahead and see if we can get our third win of the season. Let's get it, boys. But before Jared Goff can go ahead and get started with the revenge tour against his old team, we got to see what Matthew Stafford can do, man. He's also going up against his own, former team. He was traded from the Detroit Lions this past offseason, and I don't know about you, he's got a little bit better weaponry around him than what we got going right now. So this is going to be interesting to see how this goes down, and really curious to see why they're 1-5, because they just have too many players on this team to have that bad of a record. But We do get him to a 3rd and inches as of right now as Matt Stafford will drop back, and we get a sack from Michael Brockers. Okay, man. How's that dirt taste, Matt? How that dirt taste, boy? And now we get the ball to start ourselves, and Jared Goff, he's going to be facing that LA crowd. Was traded away from the LA Rams this past offseason. Sean McVay trading for a better quarterback as LA is in more of a win now mode. As of right now, remember, we do have their 1st round pick. So I mean, if they have as bad of a record, we might have ourselves end up and mess around with 2 top 5 picks, depending on how bad our season goes too. But for right now, things aren't going too bad for us. You know, we're getting the run game established. The Andre Swift has really done a very nice job with running with the football. I'm hoping that he gets some kind of challenge later this season or even later in his career. Get himself that superstar dev trait. We'll see what ends up happening there, but got a 1st and 10 going up here. DeAndre Swift getting another great carry up the middle, and just in a blink of an eye, we actually already have, you know, we are in LA territory. Another 1st down for us. That's going to end up going to Quincy Chavez. And Jared Goff's off to a decent little start, man. 2 for 2 so far. You absolutely love to see it. As a run with it once again. This time a little bit of a halfback draw, and oh, Panay Sewell, you got to get that block out for me, big guy. But still a nice gain. Momentum certainly in our direction right now. So I do like to see that for sure. Is now 1st and 10. We're looking around, trying to find a receiver. And look who bats it down. That was Aaron Donald that batted that pass away. We try to hang in there as long as humanly possible, as that will give us 3rd down here. Another little run from DeAndre Swift. See if we can pass it into the end zone here. Looking for TJ Hawkinson. We're looking around, and that was actually a really dangerous pass. Probably should have gone through the progressions just a little bit longer, but at the very least, we do get going to be a field goal likely in this 1st drive for us. It will turn into a field goal, and we are going to be up 3-0 here. And I really like that we got a bunch of time off the clock as well. That was a really methodical drive. Able to turn around and get some points off of it. Is now 3-0 ball game here. Stafford dropping back. Going to throw over the right-hand side. Finds his tight end. That is Tyler Higbee, who's able to get open down the sideline. And he gets a big 1st down, 21-yard gain for the tight end. As we do get him to another 3rd and long. Matt Stafford probably going to go ahead and pass it once again as they throw it over the right-hand side. Get to Cooper Kupp, and that man is going to be a problem. I'll tell you what, Cooper Kupp, one of the better receivers in the NFL. Had a little bit of a down year last year, so he didn't really get to show it, but he has really stood out. And what Cooper Kupp, you know, just a cool name as well as Cam Akers. He's going to go ahead and take a carry up the middle of the field and is able to go ahead and pick up a 1st down as well. And they are just sitting outside of the red zone as well. They're looking to get some points on the board too. As Stafford dropping back, facing some pressure, going to eventually get it down to the crosser. It's a foot race down the sideline, and it ends up being a 1st down for, I believe, Deshaun Jackson. And that is the end of the 1st quarter already. We do have an early 3-0 lead as of right now, but that being said, you know, the Rams are certainly driving down the field, trying to get it into the end zone. Tyler Higbee could not punch it in, though. So now, 2nd and goal now coming up here. With Stafford trying to throw it over the right-hand side. A quick slant pattern that is incomplete. So we will get him to 3rd and goal on the backs of our goal line. Stafford looking to Cooper Kupp and is going to get it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. And LA is going to strike right back after we briefly took the lead. And we are now down 7-3. And we need to come up with a response of our own. Let's see if Jared Goff can do it. But first, we are going to hand it off to Jarrell Williams, who tries to take it to the outside. But they did a pretty decent job of containing and only managed to pick up a gain of 5 there. Is now 3rd and 5 now. Jared getting ready to go ahead and pass this football. We'll go ahead and throw it over the middle to Tyrell Williams, and he picks up a few yards for us, after the catch as well. And hey, it's not a pretty pass, but does the job. Gets us a first down. You love to see it. So now, 1st and 10 coming up. Jared under center once again. Going to run this football, and I'm actually impressed by how well we have been running the ball overall, as DeAndre Swift has been able to pick up some nice yards on the ground. Able to pick up a nice, little gain there. And hey, if it's working, why change much of anything? DeAndre Swift with another big run downfield. That's another first down for us. It's now 3rd and short coming up here. Got to try to pick up this first down here once again, but it's pretty light up in the box. How about that? DeAndre Swift, another run up the middle. It may not look like the prettiest offense on the face of the earth, but that being said, though, we're still going to go ahead and pick up that first down, though. No cap. We got another 3rd down that we have to deal with. This time, 3rd and 10. So we got to pass this football around. Jared trying to throw on the run and gets to the Tyrell Williams again. Another first down for our number 1 wide receiver. How about that? Tyrell Williams having himself a day here in this first half. Let's see if we can finish this drive, though. Throw it over to the left-hand side, and Brashard Perriman gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. How about that for a response? And that took like half of the quarter. And what's beautiful about it is all that time that it took, end up getting into the end zone. Exposing just Jalen Ramsey. He was on Brashard Perriman, and Perriman able to win on the route to give us that lead for right now. But we'll see what the LA Rams can do. We still have a few minutes left here before we go ahead and get in to the second quarter. So now, 2nd and 11 now. Stafford dropping back, not facing too much pressure, and finds Tyler Higbee. He has been a nice security blanket for Matthew Stafford so far in this game. And Stafford has really been working our pass defense. 11 for 12. We got to get some more pressure on this quarterback as we get it out to the right-hand side. And look who it is once again. Tyler Higbee with another first down. I don't know what we can do. The Rams have a ton of weapons, man. And Matthew Stafford running this offense now, it's taking their offense to a new level. Even though that has not necessarily shown for their record yet, we certainly can't take anybody for granted. As Stafford tries to throw down to the right-hand side. Try to get that slip screen going over to Cam Akers, but that's no good. It hits an offensive lineman. So we get the stop at the very least, albeit we did have a little bit of help there in the process. But that being said, though, we will hold them to a field goal. And that's how it's going to end this first half, man. We are all tied up at 10. So a tight game for us here as of right now, as we'll go ahead and check out this little halftime report from other parts of the NFL here as well, as we check in on the Bears and Buccaneers game. And right now, Tom Brady is doing Tom Brady things, beating Chicago right now, 21-3 going into half. Definitely some growing pains out there for Justin Fields. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles, led by Colin Kaepernick, is trailing to the Las Vegas Raiders. They're down 21-7. And then another game I want to go into detail about is the Washington football team. It was in a close one with the Green Bay Packers, but they will come out on top winning 29-24. Let's go back to our game. All right, man, so welcome back to the second half here, as we do end up getting the ball to start this second half of play. Let's see what we can do here with Jared Goff as we try to throw on the run again, and we got DeAndre Swift deep. Let's go, man. Way to get DeAndre Swift deep down the field. And that's one of our biggest plays of the season, and certainly our biggest play of the game. Now we're cooking with some gas. As Goff drops back, throws over the middle once again. Tyrell Williams able to go ahead and make that catch once more. It's going to be a 1st and goal situation for us here. Is now 1st and goal coming up. Goff ready to move somebody real quick. Going to be a handoff for DeAndre Swift, who falls forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. And we will go ahead and retake the lead. So let's go ahead now and let's see what Matt Stafford can do here. Now down 17-10 once again. And I don't know what's going on here, man. Kukup is just getting way too open for us right now. You know, just making it too easy for Matt Stafford. He is a vet. He's been around for a long time. You'll take those throws 10 times out of 10. As Matt Stafford will drop back the pass going down the right-hand side. But look who it is. Laurier getting the interception, and he's going to be gone. Touchdown, Lions. And that's going to give us a 2-touchdown lead. So we now find ourselves up 24-10. So things looking good for us so far as Okora trying to get the pass rush over to him, but Matt Stafford able to get that pass off, and that's going to be a completion. But we're feeling pretty good here now. We are up 24-10 right now. We got a nice little 2-score lead. It's looking good for us, but we got to make sure that we take care of business and make sure that we finish this game off. This last quarter of a half is now 3rd and 1. Stafford dropping back, looking around, but gets sacked. Let's go, baby. John Collins screaming from the corner, able to get through untouched. We get this ball back, man, and we have a chance to increase this lead even more. That would be something else if we can come ahead right now and run away with this victory, you know, because I don't think we've had any blowout wins so far. We've certainly had some blowout losses. Don't get me wrong now. We've been blown out. I'm trying to blow somebody else out right now, as DeAndre Swift will end up going ahead and picking up that 1st down. Swift having himself a really nice day, by the way. Already 100 yards on the ground, and I'm sure we're going to be going to him a little bit more as we make a nice throw over the left-hand side. Bashard Perriman able to get some yards for us, a 6-yard gain. As now, 2nd and 4 now. Going to hand it off to DeAndre Swift off the draw, and it's another gain of 6. That does end up getting us to the logo. Is now 1st and 10, another run, you know, because why not? Swift feeling some type of way, though. Another big gain on the ground. 20 carries for 123 yards. And we didn't pick up the 1st down, but it's 2nd and inches, so I'm trying to get this play action going. Reaching for the end zone. Quentin Chavez could not come down with it. So now, 3rd and inches probably will end up being another run. And how about the fullback getting some love here, man? Even in Madden, doing a little bit of fullback U action, courtesy of, you know, that courtesy of that NTE, man. I don't know why I was just having a complete blank, but DeAndre Swift going to go ahead and pick up some more yards for us on the ground here as well. A gain of 7, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, man. We are up 24-10 as of right now. Let's get this 4s up, man, so we can go ahead and finish strong here. Get our 2nd win. Actually, no, our 3rd win of the season. So let's go to work now. 2nd and 3 to start the 4th quarter. Goff trying to roll out in the pocket, looking for Terrell Williams. A little bit off target. That was a little bit of a tough throw that he tried to make there, but it is what it is, though. 3rd and 3 coming up for us. Is now Goff. He's going to hand it off to Terrell Williams. He's got some space on the outside. He breaks 1 tackle and will fall forward to get across the 10-yard line. And we draw a little bit closer now. 1st and goal coming up. If we can get another touchdown here, man, that would make me feel so much better, as we can go ahead and put a dagger into these guys right here, right now. Hard to come back 3 scores in 1 quarter. At least I would imagine. Is now 2nd and goal now coming up. Goff gonna actually do a play action here. We have a guy open, but as we try to throw the ball, we get hit, and it's going to be counted as a fumble. The play call was there. Don't get me wrong. There was guys open in the end zone. ready to get a touchdown pass for Jared Goff, but we fumbled the ball away. Jared Goff actually looks a little bit shaken up there. But that being said, though, it looks like he will remain in the game for the time being. But now it's back on our defense because it's still at a point where we still have a pretty good chance of winning this game, even though we did not end up scoring any points on that drive. As much as I wanted to do that. But that being said, though, if the Rams can score on this drive and score quickly, things can certainly, get really interesting here down the stretch. Just because you have a big lead in the fourth quarter does not mean that it is by all means 100% secured. You got to play all the way through. As it looks like the Rams are just kind of dinking and dunking, not getting a ton of yards, but they're also getting out of bounds too, helping save a little bit of clock, as they will end up going short. Another halfback screen. They're calling quite a bit of halfback screens there. Campbell, feeling some type of way about it. But you know what? Let them dink and dunk. It's just going to take some more time, to get down the field. Although that's not what we want to see, though. Getting burnt in that intermediate or in that long distance as Jefferson ends up picking up a huge first down. So now we're right outside of the red zone as Stafford will drop back, and look at this. Another screen, and we were caught with our pants down as well. Cam Akers had a ton of running room there. Is now basically first and goal from the 12. Is now throwing to the right-hand side, gets it out over to another one of his receivers, Robert Woods, making the catch this time around. And it's now second and short now. Coming up here is Stafford dropping back. He's looking around, throwing a Q-Cup, who comes down and makes a nice play on the ball. And it's going to be a touchdown for LA. And it's getting really interesting now as we end up going 3 and out. So we don't even waste any of the timeouts for the LA Rams. And now all of a sudden, they have an opportunity to go ahead and tie this ball game right back up. So here we go now. Let's see what we can do. Dropping back, Stafford looking around, throwing over to the left-hand side, finds Q-Cup once again. And that will be good for a little 2nd and 1, 9-yard gain. As now Stafford dropping back again, throwing to the left-hand side once more. He's got Cam Akers down the sideline. And it's another nice little gain that gets him across the 30-yard line. Our Lions are just simply trying to go ahead and hang on. Not trying to give up here just yet. Not trying to give away the lead. And Stafford throwing a Q-Cup, but it's broken up at the very least. Ouye, the 5th-round pick from Penn State, forces 4th down. And the game all hinges on this. 4th and 10. Stafford in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. Looking around. Going to try to throw towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Let's go, baby. So we end up winning our 3rd game in this franchise. And all of a sudden, we started off pretty slow, man. I'm not going to lie. But that being said, though, we do start to show some life as a football team. We now improved to 3 and 4. But now let's go ahead and check out the stats for our guys. So even though Matthew Stafford was darn near perfect, we still find a way to win this game. And Jared Goff's return to Los Angeles, we win 24-17. We do hang on for dear life. But man, it really did seem like Matthew Stafford came out looking like a better trade chip than what Jared Goff was. Just looking at the comparison. Matthew Stafford, 350 yards, and 82% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Meanwhile, Jared Goff was only 10 for 18, 144 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He did also lose a couple of fumbles. So, not a good look for us. But that being said, though, this running game, and specifically DeAndre Swift, man, he's turning into something special. The second-year pro from Georgia, 26 carries, 155 yards, and a tub. Jamal Williams also wasn't so bad either. 5 carries for 47 yards on the ground. He did some exceptional work for us there too, but I mean, DeAndre Swift got to be given the MVP for this game for us. And then for receivers didn't even get much attention, man. Tyrell Williams did have half the catches for us, 5 catches, 73 yards, no touchdowns. Brashard Perriman, though, did end up getting a tub for us, 2 catches for 13 yards. So, other than the touchdown, he was pretty quiet for us. And then DeAndre Swift, also from the backfield as well, ended up with our biggest play of the day, a singular catch that ended up going for 44 yards. Over on the defensive side of the football, Tracy Walker led the team in solo tackles. He ended up with 7 solo tackles, 13 total tackles on the day. He did also chip in with a TFL as well. Amani Aluye and Jamie College did also did some good work as well. Ended up with 6 solo tackles apiece. As for our pass rush, the pass rush actually wasn't too bad today. We got to Matthew Stafford 2 separate times. Michael Brockers did end up getting a sack. And then also the 9th-year pro, Jamie Collins from Southern Miss, also ended up with a sack. So we ended up with 2 sacks today. And then to top it off, Amani Aluye, who just got that star dev trade, if I'm not mistaken. He got an interception, and it was able to take it all the way back to the crib in order to get a touchdown. And that touchdown did end up becoming, the biggest difference for us in this ball game. So we come back to the main screen after we, finish taking care of business against the LA Rams, and look who ends up winning the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, man. Amani Aluye with his 8 tackles, his pick 6 as well. That is the first Player of the Week honor that we've gotten in this series, so congratulations to him. Like I said, man, that touchdown made a difference, and it helped us get this 3rd win of the series. But next episode, we will be facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles, who have been pretty down bad this season. They are 1-6 right now, and listen, who knows? If we can beat the Philadelphia Eagles, get to 500 at the bye week, we might be able to make something shake, man. So it's going to be a good one. So if you are enjoying the content here on this channel, man, make sure you smash that like button, and also hit subscribe as well if you happen to be brand new to the channel as well, if you like what you're seeing, of course. With that being said, I'm signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.